I'm Shannon Exum, co-founder of Team COVID Long Haulers. Find out how my family survived a near tragedy caused by COVID, how we're handling the ups and downs, and how we're learning to thrive in new ways with long COVID. Be sure to visit our website at teamcovidlonghaulers.org. Join us for episode 2 as Travis shares with us his story of how he fought for his life in the hospital while battling COVID.
You got COVID pneumonia, and I had double pneumonia. Talking to my doctors, my pneumonia was about as bad as they've seen, the fact that I've lived is pretty miraculous. But I remember her saying, and you know what that means, and what that means is if you have COVID pneumonia and go on an event, your chance of survival drop. I don't know if I'd say drastically, but your chance of survival, you don't want to be on a ventilator, and I knew it didn't. And she had said that, because that's your next step. And she says, if you get any worse, I need to know if I need to put you on a ventilator. And I remember saying what choice I got. And she says, you've got plenty of choices. You got a choice that no, you don't want to, and we'll do the best we can to save you. And if we can't, we'll keep you comfortable. But when somebody asks you that in the middle of not being able to freaking breathe, what do you say? And I told her, I said, of course I want to. I don't want to, but if that's what's got to be done, I don't want to die. And I don't know if I said that, but that was my thought process. And that was a very hard conversation. And again, I've stood by patients' beds for the last 15 years and had part of hundreds of thousands of those conversations. I've been a part of hundreds of thousands of conversations about dying and holding somebody's hand when they die. But when it's you, it's a different ballgame. So I just remember thinking, I can't freaking believe this. I cannot freaking believe I haven't had a doctor asking me, what they want to do if the worst comes to worst. It says, when you were in Texas taking care of people who were sick, what did you do with patients while they were lying in bed? And I knew. And I said, we lay them prone. And she says, have you laid prone? And I said, no, I haven't. And she told me, she says, if you want to live, you will lay prone. And of course, I knew that because I was a nurse, but again, I was a patient. And I was very sick. I had never thought about that. And she says, you need to lay prone as much as you can other than eating and maybe using the restroom. You need to lay prone. But then I also remember that night she had sent me for the CAT scan. And again, the CAT scan came back. I didn't have blood clots because, that's a big risk for COVID patients is blood clots. But I can remember having double pneumonia, and I can remember her coming back and saying, Travis, your lungs are bad shape. They're very, very bad. This is about as bad as we've seen them. And she came to see me late at night, late being, or early in the evening, late, and then afternoon, early in the evening. And again, she adjusted my medication from there. She took over a lot of my care. My personal doctors was awesome. They come and check in, but she kind of steered my care. And like I said on my podcast, she saved my life. That lady saved my life. I got worse before I got better. And, the whole talking about the anxiety and the PTSD, when you're sick like that and you're in the hospital and you have the whereabouts to know, because I did, granted I had a lot of stuff going on, but I had the whereabouts to know. And, laying there when you can do nothing but lay there and you just think about everything's important to you.
Worse before better. That was so true for us at the time. Join us in episode 3 as Travis talks about his post-COVID symptoms and validation from doctors.